Hey everybody, Raquel here, and let me tell you something, we're diving deep into some seriously weird stuff today. We're talking about UFOs, man. Not just your average blurry lights in the sky, but the truly bizarre, the encounters that'll make you question everything. Get ready to dive into the most shocking alien encounters ever reported. From mysterious lights in the sky to unexplained crashes, these incidents will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about extraterrestrial life. We're talking military personnel freaking out, pilots seeing things they can't explain, and objects on radar that defy all logic. Buckle up because this is a wild ride. All right, let's kick things off in 1980, deep in Rendlesham Forest, UK. Picture this. It's December, the middle of the night, and these US Air Force guys stationed at a nearby base see strange lights hovering over the forest. Naturally, they think it's a downed aircraft, so they go to investigate. But this is where it gets crazy. They find this metallic, glowing object, triangular-shaped, just sitting there in the woods. They try to approach it, but the thing starts moving erratically, and the radiation levels go through the roof. They're talking burn marks on the ground, electromagnetic disturbances, the whole 9 yards. These guys, they're trained observers, right? They report seeing strange symbols on the side of the craft like nothing they've ever seen before. And the thing is, multiple witnesses corroborated the story. They even drew sketches of what they saw, and these sketches, they match up almost perfectly. The Rendlesham Forest incident, man, it's one of the most well-documented UFO sightings out there, and it's still unexplained. Fast forward to 1997, Phoenix, Arizona. Thousands of people, I'm talking thousands, witnessed this massive, silent craft moving across the night sky. This wasn't some quick flash in the pan. This thing was visible for hours. And it wasn't just your average UFO, this thing was enormous. Some people said it was a mile wide, shaped like a giant V or a boomerang. Now, the government tried to explain it away as flares, right? But people who saw it, they weren't buying it. They said the lights moved independently, changed formation, and just disappeared into thin air. The Phoenix Lights incident, it's one of the most witnessed UFO events in history. It even got the attention of the governor at the time, Fife Symington, who later admitted he saw the lights himself. Let's jump back a bit to 1967 Shag Harbour, Canada. This small fishing town became the site of one of the most baffling UFO crashes ever. Witnesses reported seeing this bright object, trailing smoke, plunge into the waters off the coast. People rushed to help, thinking it was a plane crash, but when the Coast Guard arrived, there was nothing there. No wreckage, no oil slick, nothing. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police even got involved, and they searched for days, but they couldn't find any trace of whatever went down in the water. The official explanation? They called it an unidentified submerged object. But to this day, nobody knows what crashed that night in Shag Harbour. Now let's talk about the Anchorage UFO Encounter in 1986. This one involves a Japanese Airlines cargo plane, a Boeing 747, flying over Alaska. The pilot, Captain Kenju Terauchi, an experienced flyer, suddenly sees these lights off in the distance. He thinks they're military aircraft at first, but then these things start moving in ways that defy physics. They're changing direction instantly, flying alongside the 747 and even disappearing and reappearing in different spots. And here's the kicker: air traffic control picked up these unidentified objects on radar, confirming what Captain Terauchi was seeing. The FAA investigated this incident for years, and they couldn't explain it. They even ruled out weather phenomena or equipment malfunction. Moving on to 2007, we have the Alderney UFO Sighting. Two pilots, one flying for Origny Air Services, the other for Blue Islands, reported seeing this massive cigar-shaped object near the Channel Islands. Now these guys, they're professionals, they know their stuff, and they were both stunned by what they saw. The object was huge, much larger than any aircraft they'd ever seen, and it was moving silently and effortlessly through the air. And get this, air traffic control in both Jersey and France picked up the object on radar. It was tracked for over 55 minutes, moving at incredible speeds and making impossible turns. The Ministry of Defense, they investigated, but they couldn't come up with an explanation. The Alderney UFO sighting, it remains one of the most credible and well-documented UFO cases in recent history. All right, let's talk about the Gulf Breeze 6. From 1987 to 1988, this small town in Florida became a hotbed for UFO sightings. It all started with a guy named Ed Walters, who claimed to have seen and photographed these triangular-shaped craft hovering over his house. These weren't just blurry photos. These were clear images of these strange, silent objects. The photos made national news, and soon, people from all over were flocking to Gulf Breeze, hoping to catch a glimpse of the UFOs. 5 other people came forward, claiming they'd also seen the lights, and their stories were eerily similar to Walters. Now, there was a lot of skepticism surrounding the Gulf Breeze 6, with some people accusing Walters of faking the photos. But to this day, the case remains a mystery, and many believe that something truly strange was happening in Gulf Breeze. Now this next one, it's a real head-scratcher. In 1975, a pilot named Carlos de los Santos was flying a commercial airliner over Mexico when he encountered something he couldn't explain. He was on a routine flight when he noticed these strange lights approaching his plane. At first he thought they were other aircraft, but as they got closer, he realized they were something else entirely. These lights, they were moving erratically, changing colors, and they seemed to be following him. De los Santos, he tried to contact air traffic control, but his radio went dead. He was alone with these unidentified objects, and they were getting closer. The encounter lasted for several minutes, with the lights eventually breaking away and disappearing into the night sky. Let's rewind back to 1942, during the height of World War II. It's February, and Los Angeles is on high alert after the attack on Pearl Harbor. One night, air raid sirens blare across the city and searchlights pierce the sky, all focused on a mysterious object hovering over the city. Anti-aircraft batteries open fire, sending thousands of rounds into the air, and the city erupts in chaos. The incident, it became known as the Battle of Los Angeles, and it caused widespread panic. The official explanation? They claimed it was a weather balloon, but many people believe it was something far more extraordinary. Some witnesses described seeing a massive glowing craft, while others reported seeing smaller objects darting around the sky. Now this next one, it's a real doozy. It's 1966 and we're in Westall, Australia. Over 200 students and teachers at a local school witnessed something incredible, a flying saucer hovering near their schoolyard. They described it as a silver, disc-shaped object, about twice the size of a car, with a slight dome on top. The object, it hovered silently for about 20 minutes, and then it just shot off into the sky at an incredible speed. Now what makes this case so intriguing is the sheer number of witnesses. These weren't just a handful of people, this was a massive group of students and teachers, all claiming to have seen the same thing, the Westall sighting. It's one of the most well-documented UFO cases in Australian history, and it remains unexplained to this day. Fast forward to 2023, and we have the Yellowknife Lights. 2 Canadian pilots reported seeing these strange, unidentified lights moving in formation above their aircraft. These weren't your typical aircraft lights. They were described as being much brighter and moving in patterns that defied conventional flight. And here's the thing. Air traffic control confirmed that they were picking up these unidentified objects on their radar. They couldn't identify what they were, but they were definitely there. The Yellowknife Lights, they're a reminder that even in today's age of advanced technology, there are still things out there that we can't explain. So there you have it, folks. 10 shocking alien encounters that'll make you question everything you thought you knew. Whether you believe in aliens or not, these encounters are hard to ignore. The evidence is out there, from eyewitness accounts to radar data to unexplained physical phenomena. Keep your eyes on the skies, and who knows what you might see next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content.